Hey, everybody. Happy Monday. Welcome to More Please. Today, I will be giving you my take on the Meghan and Harry interview, Coming to America 2, and Jackée Harry on Days of Our Lives. Plus, the doctor is in to talk all things about his new show on the streaming service AllBlk's My Main Problem. And trust me, you don't want to miss this Kiki with Dr. Boogie. It's all right here on More Please. Woo! Okay, y'all, it has been a week and all I have done is sit in front of my TV and watch my DVR. So I figured Tony's Take will be a TV edition. So here is Tony's Take. All right, so listen, we have got to start with the first thing that everybody is talking about on this lovely Monday. That is the interview with Meghan and Harry by Oprah Winfrey. Now, first of all, you have got to trust in Oprah because Oprah is going to make sure she delivers us the tea in a very nice, classy way that lets us know everything that we need to know. If you have not watched this interview, you definitely need to. It's 2 hours, but it's 2 hours of just the most interesting tea about the British monarchy. After watching that, you have to give kudos to Meghan because that is a strong woman to endure the stuff that she was dealing with just because she found someone that she connected with and fell in love with. And his life just included this whole thing that she was not aware of. Listen, Disney does not prepare anybody for the type of princess that she had to become. And you get a lot of inside information, like her take, their take on a lot of the stunts and shows and shenanigans that went down. And at the end of the day, it shows how strong of a couple they are to endure all this together and to make the decision that was best for them and their family. So make sure you go check it out because y'all, it's a lot of tea. So take a deep breath and just let Oprah be your guide to this tea. So make sure, if you haven't already, make sure you go check it out. And again, kudos to Harry and Meghan because, whew, Jesus, the revelations that are in this. And also, it's almost as if, Harry was, of course, very protective because he went through this with his mother. And so I think he saw the signs of what was happening. And, definitely didn't want Meghan to end up like the lovely Princess Diana. So y'all watch this, y'all, just keep them in your thoughts and prayers because they went through a lot, y'all. So that's the Meghan and Harry interview brought to you by Oprah. Now, the much anticipated movie that everyone has been talking about. I mean, my social media was like flooded with everyone's thoughts and reviews and everything on the classic 80s film, Coming to America. That's right, Coming to America 2 came out on Amazon Prime. And I was ready for this because I know this movie backwards and forwards. Like, you can press play on me and I can do the whole Coming to America for you as all the different characters, costume changes if you need be, singing when needed, everything. So I was all about this sequel. I will say a lot of people it's very split. A lot of people thought it was great. A lot of people thought they could have did without it. I thought it was great for the nostalgia of it. I thought that they did a great job interweaving the original story with this story. Me personally, though, I would have rewritten it. I would have done a completely different take on it from a female point of view. We saw what Eddie Murphy's character, Akeem, went through when he was looking for his bride. I think it would have been interesting in this day and age to see it from a woman's perspective, almost going through his same journey with like new and interesting characters that were very reminiscent of the characters in the first film. So, but Listen, for what it's worth, it's still a great movie. It's still a laugh. It's still Eddie and Arsenio. Leslie Jones killed it, and it's a great movie. That's it. I mean, it's the nostalgia of it. But me, I would have went in a different direction. But that's just me. Now, last but not least, y'all know I'm a big fan of Days of Our Lives. Been watching Days of Our Lives since I was 14. And last week, Miss Jackée Harry made her debut on Days of Our Lives. Now, I know some of y'all are wondering, what is Jackée Harry, Sandra Clark, ooh, Mary from 227 is doing on Days of Our Lives? But trust me, if you aren't tuning in, you definitely want to tune in because she is about to add the funny, the fabulous to this 55-year-old soap. And I don't think anybody is ready for what Jackée Harry is about to bring. She hasn't been on a lot, like she was on just like one day last week. They haven't really dived into her storyline fully, but I can already tell she is about to come in Salem and she's about to wreck shop. So tune in if you haven't. I know it's scary to tune into soaps because soaps can be very addictive. Trust me, I know. But if you are a huge fan of Jackée Harry and want to see what she brings to Days of Our Lives, make sure you go ahead and tune in because it's about to be real good. I promise you that. All right, everybody. So that is it for Tony's Take. But listen, don't go anywhere because the doctor is in. That's right. Dr. Boogie is here to talk about his all-new show on the AllBlk's streaming service, My Main Problem. And trust me, the kitchens that he had to deal with were a lot of problems, and we're going to talk about it. There's more, please, coming up.
Imagine a place where creatives have a key to the city. It's an experience, a vibe, a desire to inform and entertain. This is a city for thinkers, a city for doers, a city for dreamers. This is New Amsterdam. Learn more at newamsterdam.com.
Dream it, believe it, achieve it. Siren Properties. Connecting you to real estate around the world.
Welcome back, everybody. Hope you filled up your cups because it is now time for our Kiki. Joining me today is Dr. Boogie. You know him as the celebrity hairstylist who has worked his magic on many well-known celebrities. We are now going to discuss his new show on the all-new streaming network, AllBlk, called My Main Problem. So please help me welcome for our Kiki. The doctor is in, y'all. He's Dr. Boogie.
Hey, let me take my glasses off here. I'm over here Googling Jackée, trying to see that clip. I can't wait to see more of her. Woo, baby. They need that icebreaker.
Let me tell you, Miss Jackée Harry is about to turn Salem upside down, honey. We know how she is, and she's basically her on the show. We haven't seen that much, but she had me. She had this one line where she said, "You know I'm rich, right?" And I said, "Oh, here we go."
All right, the trouble is beginning right now.
Exactly. Well, welcome, Dr. Boogie, and congratulations on the show. I love it because, like I was telling you before the show, your hair is like your everything. It brings the essence of you. It brings that confidence out of you. But honey, some of those women that stepped up into the shop, I was like, oh, what happened to them? What is going on? So before we get into the show, I have to know, where did your love of doing hair come from? Where did it start?
It started from a young child. I used to soothe my mother at times, get behind the couch and comb her hair, and I understood that it relaxed her.
Mm-hmm.
And so that gave me like a big jump on, oh wow, that made her feel good. I'm like a people pleasing person. I like to please people. I feel good when somebody else feels good, which is horrible
Yeah.
for relationships. Hilarious. But
Trust
I,
me, I know.
I'm a people pleaser, and I like, once I learned that, God gave me some magic hands, I was able to get in there and comb her hair and make her feel good. And I just kind of went on with the fact that doing more women's hair, when I would turn them around to the mirror, it would just make them smile and make them feel so good. And then it just started getting deeper than that to me. It's like, okay, how do I make her feel good every day? Because I need this hairstyle to last. And we all know you go to the shop one day and you come out the next day, your hair's not the same.
Right.
Kind of that rut.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I just really focused on what it really took to make not even just a woman, but an individual feel good about spending their money, getting their hair treated, coming to relax. I wanted that experience to be more than just, oh, I got my hair done. So I just developed the passion for caring for, especially women. They're very strong. Women are strong. Women take care of the kids. They're cooking, they're cleaning, they're sleeping with the husband. They doing everything. They got a lot to do after 6 o'clock when they come home. My mama used to have to do a lot. Then you hear her in there humping on that man. Then she got to get up and get us ready for school. So I literally had to learn a woman is powerful and she's so strong because there's so many times where I've seen, bad situations and dysfunction in my household. And my
Mm-hmm.
mom still got up and smiled and fed us and took care of us and got us to
Yeah.
school. That takes strength and courage.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever the situation may have been, she was a strong woman. So just growing up, being able to give women the feeling of that somebody actually cares about them. So, I'm sensitive. If you watch the show, I'm going to start crying, Tony.
You are, but I love it.
Yeah, so it's like, so just learning all that about a woman and just being able to make them feel good by a hairstyle, and more than just a hairstyle, a conversation that they
Yeah.
probably have never had with anyone. They don't even know me from Adams and Eve, but we sit there and we share that damn moment. I'm gonna mess
Yeah.
you up. I got mascara on, damn it.
But you know what? That shows what I like about this is that it shows the passion that you have. That it's not just about, giving them the hairstyle and then like collecting the coin and sending them on their way. It's about a feeling. It's about how they feel when you do flip that chair around, versus when they first walked in. And that's what you get. That's what we're feeling right now from you. It's just that passion to make a woman for a moment love and care about herself, because a woman cares so much about they put everyone else before themselves.
Exactly.
And that time in the beauty salon is just their time to take care of them and their maintenance so that they can go back out in the world stronger. And you provide that.
And even when I was doing hair in the shop, one thing that I would do was I learned that I worked privately with my client. I was
Mhm.
always either design my shop with a private room. I never wanted them to be or feel like they couldn't have a conversation with me or let me know how they really felt about something. So I always had them in a private room while other clients were outside. And that just helped
Yeah.
me develop more of the strength of conversating with them. And just in the regular hair salon, the stories that women share with me, they just stick with me. And the only thing I want to do is just make them feel good and be happy by the power that I was given.
Exactly. Now, you are known for as a celebrity hairstylist. Who was the first celebrity client that you had, and like how are you feeling? Because I feel like, to have that person in your chair and then to be the person, over their hair and the style that they're about to go out in, that has to be a little nerve-wracking. So who was the first client and how did you feel when you got that client?
Okay, I'm gonna cheat and I'm gonna tell you two first incidents. My very
I
first
love
client celebrity was Morris Day. He
it.
was Richmond, California, and he was wearing some push waves in his hair with the little clips. The little Caucasians didn't know how to do push waves like the black people do. So I said, "Oh well, darling." He was with Jerome. They were shooting a movie. My salon was on Barrett in Richmond. Woo woo. I went over to him and I said, bold and as talkative as I am, and he was high yellow nigga just like me. Oh, excuse me for saying that word. But he was high yellow just like me, and I had a little wavy hair. So I was like, "Hey, bro, I can do your hair. My salon is right across the street." So lo and behold, Morris Day came over to my shop. I had a packed house. I put all them girls out there. Get up, move, go outside, wait. And I did his hair, and he loved it. That's because I know all about the push wave, the dark gel, filling it in with mascara. They wasn't doing all that then. So
Right.
I filled him on it. He loved it. And Jerome at the time's wife had a hair and makeup agency in LA, and I was living in Richmond, California. So Morris
Mhm.
Day was actually the one who coached me and to come to LA, and he helped me out. And I got to LA, and I did his family's hair, his wife, his children. I was like his personal hairstylist. And then I met so many other girls, but there's one good story. Well, there's two really, but I'll save that one for another time, Tony. I can't tell you more all right now. Yeah, because this is a good one.
But we want
We're
more.
gonna stay
We want more. It's called More,
with
please. We want
more.
more.
So, and then I met Eve. Of course, she was not famous at the time. She was just did her deal and did a song on Bullworth soundtrack. And I cut all her hair off and I dyed it platinum blonde. That was me who did that. And I gave her the little rhinestones right here. I moved in the house with her, me and our other friend Joe, and he introduced, he was finding celebrities because he was trying to make a hair and makeup agency. So it just
Yeah.
all came together, and I gave her this hairstyle. I don't know nothing about no performance or no damn stage. I gave her this hairstyle. She went on stage with Rough Riders riding these little dune buggies. Child, all the glitter and the shit ran down her face. It was just a disaster. I was just so all about it. But there's so many good stories about me entering Hollywood so fast because it happened really.
And were you, and how did you feel about that? Did you always keep yourself grounded? Did you always make sure that you were as on point as possible? Because it's like that's how it is in Hollywood. You go from 0 to 60 in 3.5. And so and so how did you maintain like this fast pace that was happening?
For me, it was beyond fast. I literally moved in with Kimora Lee Simmons, the high fashion model, and lived
Yeah.
there for years and delivered babies. And I moved in with, other celebrities, and I stayed with them. And with my celebrities for years. I dressed them. I really wasn't doing makeup at the time, but I was their hairstylist, their confidant. I did everything. I lived with them. It was just all about, and you can ask any one of them to this day, whether they're mad I don't work with them or not anymore, whatever the situation is.
Yeah.
But they're gonna tell you that I'm the same person no matter what. I'm all about my clients, and I always have been, because you got your client, your stylists and people that are fabulous, darling. You gotta tell me to take a shower. I ain't even shaved the back of my damn head, Tony. So let me tell you, I ain't got time for all that glamour. That's what I do for a living, and that's what I want my client to feel, that I'm taking care of her and it's not about me. Because
Right.
you got your road dogs with your celebrities that show up at the pool, way too fabulous, and they're a little bit more fabulous than the celebrity. And
Mhm.
it's funny because one time I got off of Sheer Genius and I was with Kim Whitley, and she told me we were on the road in another state. She was doing a show because I'm just a regular hairstylist still. Don't get me wrong. And I
Yeah.
did that whole Bravo thing, and then people were coming up to me wanting to take my picture, not Kim's picture. Love my baby Kim. And she said, if one more person stop us in this airport and take your picture, I'm sending you home. I was like, okay. Let me learn to stay in my lane, stay off of TV, and just do what my job is, and it's to make my clients feel good. And that's what I've always wanted to do.
Yeah, well, listen, my mama always said nobody can dull your shine. So you can't help it that like you doing what you supposed to do and you just shining bright. Like you can't help that.
But I fall back and I try to keep myself grounded because I'm not a fancy person. Like if you know me, if you see me out of this, I'm gonna look homeless. But like now, I live on a ranch. I have a horse. I have a sheep. I got chickens. Like I say, I live off grid. I don't have electricity. I go get my water. Like I grow my vegetables. Like I'm a true farmer, and that
What?
really keeps me grounded.
Where did that? Because if I was on Jeopardy right now
Right.
and the question came up, where does Dr. Boogie live? I would have said for 5,000. I'm gonna guess a mansion or something in Beverly Hills, and you are on a rent. Like, how did that even come about? I'm like,
You know,
right.
my main problem started a while ago. We filmed it, we did the pilot and everything before COVID, and then
Yeah.
COVID happened. And so I was just trying to prepare myself mentally for this journey. Because if you
Mhm.
watch the show, it's not just a mental journey for the ladies, it's a very emotional journey for me through things that I've been through. So I literally had to prepare myself. So what I did was, and it's gonna sound crazy, is cat shit. But I went and I moved in the woods, and I lived in the woods for 3 years, literally in a resort with my dogs. And I kind of stopped doing hair, and I just focused on me. That's something that I never ever done. I'm a people pleaser. So
Yeah.
everything was about if it's a piece of steak and there's a piece of chicken McNugget, I'm gonna give you the steak and I'll eat the chicken McNugget and be happy with that. So I had to learn to love myself before
Yeah.
I even took this journey because I knew it was gonna be an emotional journey.
That takes a strong person to realize that, and then
Yeah.
to do what you need to do for yourself, but also to prepare yourself for others. So I definitely commend you on that. Because listen, honey, had it been me, if there was a steak and nuggets, we getting half of each. You get half of this steak, take some of these nuggets, I'm gonna get the other half, and we gonna be just fine.
But everybody don't think like that. Like they really
Right.
don't think. And I come from a world of Hollywood where people are selfish and all about themselves, and I'm okay with that. That's what I'm here for, to make you be all about yourself. But I
Yeah.
literally had to go back and find myself and build myself up. So when you ask me how did that make me feel and how did I stay grounded, I had to sacrifice. And then COVID happened, and I was really locked away. And then I actually just was like, you know what? This is what I'm going to do. I enjoy learning myself. Like, I literally had to go spend time with myself, like the girls in the show. I need you to look in this mirror. My main problem, they won't even look in the mirror.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
deep.
Yeah, it really is, and it's such a transformation, not just what's on the top of your head, but just physically what happens to these women. Let's talk more about My Main Problem that you can see on the new streaming network All Black. First of all, what are the most common problems that you saw doing this that people have with their hair? Because I heard the word edges a lot. Like either they got them or they didn't exist. So what are some of the common problems that you saw during this?
Yes, the edges have been vacated. The hotels have been emptied out. The rooms were definitely not, occupied. Some of the common problems, really, Tony, if you really want more, I'll just tell you what it was. The common problems were between the ears and not on the scalp. It was more mental for all of them. Majority, 75% of the women that came on the show, other than being uneducated about their hair, we're not too far away from not even being able to read a book, honey. Just keep it 100. Let alone knowing how to be educated about our hair and our beauty and having confidence. And in
Yeah,
today's time with social media and girls looking completely flawless with these filters, and it really became more mental for me than it
yeah,
did the hairstyle. But of
yeah,
course, the hairstyle had a big part of it.
yes, yeah.
Yes.
It's again, like I said, it's such a shift. Like you come in, with all of these different thoughts, and then all of a sudden, it's interesting how that one thing, what sits on top of your head, can definitely transform what's in between. Um, it's completely now. You were not only, were you given hairstyles, you were snatching wigs throughout this as well,
Don't say
and many of these wigs ended up in the wig trash can. Now, watching the show, I wondered, did anybody go to that trash can to try to retrieve said wig that you had thrown
You know
over?
what? Yes, Deanna definitely went in the first episode. She definitely went and got that wig because she was fancy, honey. She came in with a Louis Vuitton purse. Her jacket still had the price tag on it, so I knew Mama wasn't playing. And I think she had a couple of pounds in her purse too, Deanna. But anyway, I just know that these girls are fancy, and those units cost a lot of money, $2,000 and $5,000.
Yeah,
But that does not define you, and that's what we had to talk about. It's nice to look good. There's nothing wrong with looking good, but you also have to take care of your hair, what's under there. Because girl, what you gonna do when you 65?
right.
No,
Because you don't want
no.
to be bald headed at 65. You still want to have that, because there's no reason why you can't have that luscious hair at 65.
And you can. That's why, for one, I have the products that I do because they're the products that actually work. And the most important thing is when you turn 65 and you roll over and your wig is sitting sideways and your boo looking at you because you being a cougar. That's not cute, boo. Take care of your hair. Treat your crown right. This is forever, not just this week.
Now, speaking of taking care of your hair, what is a piece of advice that you can, because listen, we're in this pandemic, people have had to pivot and do their own hair. So what advice can you give, just something very basic to maintain, healthy, strong hair?
You know, the good part about it, Tony, is that we're in a pandemic, so people are not going to work. So they're not putting all that tension on their hair, curling
Mhm.
it, blow drying it, the pressure of looking good. You're at home and you're relaxing. So this is an important time for everyone to do something that we never do, and we heard about it for 100 years. What'd you hear your grandma say all the time? Brush your hair 100 times at night to stimulate your scalp. We don't do
Yeah.
that. We move everything else, but we stop stimulating our scalp and we stop feeding our hair because, you know, the Jerry curl put everything on everybody's couch and everybody's shoulders. So they didn't want to feed their hair anymore because they wanted it to bounce and behave. I get that. But there's products out there now that allow you to feed your hair and take care of your hair without being so weighed down. And those are probably my two main tips. Feed your hair, preferably with
Mhm.
Bionic, my hair oil. Feed your hair and stimulate your scalp. Did you catch that?
I caught it. Oh, look, I was like, receive it. Well, listen, we've talked so much about the show. Let's let everyone take a look at the next episode. Take a look at this clip.
You
I
have
know you're
it?
here to get your hair done. But what does that mean to you for real?
I want to wear my own hair, and I want to be happy in the hair that I wear. Once I'm comfortable in my own hair, I think it'll show through in other areas for me because it has a lot to do with my self-esteem, you know? And putting on this is like putting on a mask every day. And so you're not only masking your hair, masking your feelings, it's just kind of, for me, I don't want to do it anymore.
I'm really feeling what Kendra's talking about right now because it's what I've been saying for years. It's not just your hair, it's you, it's your confidence, it's your life. And that, my friend, is why you have to reclaim your crown. So in a perfect world, what would make you happy?
Just something simple, something sleek, something comfortable. I can run my fingers through, or at least get a shake on. You know, it's something. Even if, like, for me, it doesn't have to be clip-ins. I don't know how to do those things. The total wig, the total cover-up is just what I don't want to do anymore.
You want to get rid of it?
Totally.
You're ready.
Well,
give it to me. Give it to me. Give it to me. Give it to me.
Let's get
and
it
watch what I do with it. Since you ready?
Swing it.
Bam! Right there in that trash can. It's over. No more. You're free. You're beautiful. Look at this. We're not hiding no more.
Oh, look now, when people watch this show, what do you hope they take away from the journey that these women are going through with rediscovering themselves and their hair?
Just that it's okay to be you. Like, no matter what that is, if it's purple, green, big, small, or tall, it's okay to be you because no one can judge you. And once you realize that, no one can judge you. And if they do, it don't matter. They just crazy. And it's crazy all over the place.
Yes.
Just know that it's okay to be you, and it's okay to express your feelings, and it's okay to express yourself. We're so caught up in a world of perfect these days, and nobody wants to say, "Oh, I love you," give you a hug, or say, "Oh, it's okay to cry today," or everybody's just caught up in being perfect. And what I want people to take away from my main problem is the fact that All Black allowed me to do a show. We have fun. Some people may call it buffoon, but when you break a woman down and you don't build her back up, whether it's with funny or something, and you just leave her lying on the ground after you broke her down, you ain't shit. But I tell you what, on my main problem, you'll see, All Black allowed me to build them up, not
Mhm.
buffoon them. Do a real show, talk about real issues. And there's no cut, talk about this, do that. You know, it kind of was working that way in the beginning, but when they saw how I naturally flowed, they were just
Yeah.
like, whoa,
Yeah.
just let him do his thing. And
Hmm.
all together as a team, we collectively, I think, did an amazing job. Erwin, the production company, my assistants, Shelly and Ruby, they're on the show. They've been with me for 15 years. Ruby used to be my personal assistant who paid my bills. So she figured out how much money I was making, and she went to hair school. I paid for that, and now she's so fabulous. She's doing my work, and I love it. Shelly, 15 years being my assistant braiding. So it was important for me to bring them on because they know me, they know my drive, and it ain't just about in there braiding no hair. So I'm grateful for them. I'm grateful for Erwin. All Black. My main problem is delivering a message that I could just cry all about all night.
Dr. Boogie, let me tell you, I love the passion that you have, and I truly appreciate you coming on and having this little Kiki with me today. And you all out there, y'all make sure y'all go to All Black the streaming service, wherever streaming services are found, and tune in to this show, My Main Problem, dropping every Thursday. Dr. Boogie, thank you so much for coming on, and I truly, truly appreciate you, and best of luck. And now listen, maybe after pandemic, I may have to come over to the doctor, I may have to travel into the woods on a horse and carriage so that you can do something like this.
As long as you don't mind sitting there with the sheep and the chicken on your lap, we're going to do it. I'm going to send you some product.
Please do, because I gotta maintain this with any juices and berries possible.
I love it. Look great. Thank you, Tony, so much.
Oh, thank you, Dr. Boogie. And hey, y'all, don't go anywhere because I know your tea mugs are empty, but guess what? I got a little bit more for you. You're watching More Please.
Calculating. On. Off. Click to continue. Log on. Log on. Printing. Printing complete.
A killer bunny, a killer hare, an inspector on his little cottontail. A new audio drama series from the mind of James Law Jr. Molina Productions is coming this Easter to all audio streaming platforms.
What are you doing?
Not only does he hide eggs, he hides bodies.
Ha! Just when you thought I didn't have any more, guess what? I got a little bit more for you. All right, today is International Women's Day, and it is very important that we continue to push and fight for the equality of women, but it's also very important to take a moment to say thank you to the inspirational women in your life. I have had the honor and privilege to be brought up by many, many strong women and be influenced by many strong women. One of those, of course, being my mother. My mother showed me at a very young age that not only was she strong and resilient, but she was also a friend, a confidant, and someone who continues to support me in any and everything that I do. So thank you, Mom, and thank you to all the women in my life. And make sure you give thanks to the strong women in your life, not only today, but every day. Happy International Women's Day, everyone. And that is our show. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Hey, I'll be back next week with my take on the latest hot topics. Plus, I have some friends stopping by to talk about their quarantine buys, because trust me, we bought a lot. All right. Special thanks to Dr. Boogie. Make sure you see his show on AllBlk's.tv. And hey, come back next week for More Please.